add value to our lives. If we say we own a house, a car, property, we might say we are of value. But I want to say to us, value of life is not measured by what we own or what we have or what we have attained. Evans Monsignor has struggled to understand how and why he's still alive. So remarkable was his survival that at times it had been easier for him to think death did not come his way. Severely malnourished, dehydrated, deeply traumatized, with festering wounds, his survival was hailed as a miracle. In 2010, 27 days he was trapped in the ruins of the earthquake which struck Haiti. When he was found alive and well. He was asked, how were you able to survive? The doctors were confounded because 17 days, 27 days without no food? Yes, it was the longest that any person had endured this ordeal. When he was asked, how did you make it? He says, I don't know how I made it, but God made it possible. I don't know how I made it, but God made it possible. You can read the article in the UK website under the Telegram. It's right there about his story. I do not know how I made it, but God made it for me. At times I could hear screaming of people around me. I couldn't see anybody, but I could hear. And I listened faintly as the sounds were drawn out. And yet, God kept me alive. My brothers and my sisters, Anthony, as he told me when I went to see him the first time, he said it was about, I was here in 2020, it was the last 2 years, so it's 16 years now, so 14 years, he said to me, he had an accident. And I asked him, how were you able to survive? He said, I don't know, but God had made it possible. Anthony showed me in his bedroom the pictures of his beloved daughter. When I asked him, who were those? He said, that's my daughter, Pastor, that's my daughter who died. And from his reflection, I could see that she was deeply loved by him. And I asked him, do you have any more children? He said, yes, I have 2 more sons. I asked him, do you have a wife? He said, I have a lady. Amen. So I said, but you have a lady, how comes Miss Veronica? Where is Veronica? I said, a lady, 1 daughter, and 2 more. No man, you have to do better than that. He said, I know me, Pastor, I know me. I know you. So we ask ourselves, my brothers and sisters, as we reflect on the readings in Matthew in particular. This is part of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount in chapter 6, where Jesus begins with this great ordeal about giving alms and praying and storing up treasures. And then here from verse 25, we have the stern warning. Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life. For he says, for your life is more than food and clothing. The American psychologist Abraham Maslow, in his theory of human needs, he has a hierarchy of needs. And he says, safety, love, belonging, self-esteem, and all of those things are important. But one of the basic needs that we have as recorded here in Matthew is food, shelter, and clothing. And Matthew tells us that we are not to worry about those things. But Maslow tells us, unless those needs are not met,